If you're a business owner, you need to be doing email marketing, and inside Tekmatix, you can do unlimited email marketing, sending out one-off or mass marketing emails, sending out automated emails through workflows, and also sending out automated newsletters and a whole bunch more. I'm going to take you through just some of the core email marketing features inside Tekmatix and some of the important things that you need to do before you start sending out emails. I'm going to take you through how to create your own master email template in your branding, make sure that it's basically compliant in terms of your footers and unsubscribe links, and make sure that you have a little bit of an idea of just how easy it is to set up automated email sending based on when you publish blog posts, for example, as well. So I'm going to take you through the whole process. Now, first things first, when you first set up your Tekmatix account, when you first start your trial, you do get a free onboarding call. And in that call, the Techspert will help you connect your domain. Now, this is critical for email sending because you must have a proper domain connected to your account. That is your business name, your business domain that you might be using, so that you have a proper brand that you're sending your emails from, but also so that you have the highest deliverability rates possible. So over in the main settings, there is an email services area, and this is where your Techspert will help you connect your email sending domain, which is also done in this settings area under your domains and URLs. So the Techspert will do this for you free of charge, so don't panic if you don't know how to do this. If you haven't got this set up yet or connected yet, do make sure you go into your main dashboard over here and book yourself a Techspert call. And a Techspert can basically help you get all of this up and running. Now, FYI, before I get started, on our services page, tekmatix.com/services, we also have an email setup service. If you scroll down our services page, we do have an emails, newsletter, and nurture system fixed package service, which comes with a whole bunch of amazing tech setup, your master template in your branding, your newsletter sending, that's automated newsletter sending, a 10-part welcome nurture sequence, doing all of your email configuration and domain connections, and setting up a smart list for your mailing list, as well as ensuring all of your unsubscribes are done correctly. Now, I am going to walk through some of those today, but basically, first of all, we're going to assume that all of your domain connections and your email sending domain is connected and set up running. On your main left-hand menu here, you have marketing and emails. Click on your email button, and the first thing we want to do is create a master email template. This will be a template that you will clone and then use as your base email every single time you send an email, so you don't have to keep redoing your branding and your template design that you want to run all of your emails from. So first things first, you have along inside this email section, you've got email statistics. So this is just a dummy account, so it's only got dummy information in here, but it will show you here all of the data for your email sending, open rates, and you can even down here choose your click-through rates, your open rate data, and all of your charts, and you can choose the date periods as well. You also have what's called campaigns. This is where you send your email. So if I was going to send an email right now, I'd press new email. I could just send one right now from blank, or use my master template by clicking on your templates and then go and edit and send that email, or I can create the template in the first place. Now, we do have a couple of templates in here for you. What I want to do is for you to create your master template first. This is what you're going to clone every time you come in here. So make sure you're in emails, templates, and search for master. Now, we do have in here master email template examples for you. So you're going to click on it. First of all, rename it to how you want it named. I do recommend putting like a star asterisk at the very top of this, or at the front side here, because that just means you know that this is your master that you're going to be using every single time. And what you'll see is something that sort of looks like this. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to edit this. First thing that's most important is that you have this footer at the bottom. This footer is from the elements up here. If you click on elements, if yours isn't showing and you don't have a footer in yours, don't panic. All this is up here in the elements, scroll down until you find footer. If yours doesn't exist, if you don't have that here, and just drag and drop that down. And that will actually insert a footer for you. Now, you can't see any text in here, so I'm just going to press Control All, and it just means we need to change the text color from black to white. Of course, you can change the background color of this if you don't like the black, all right? So you can click on this section and change that section color, okay, by clicking on it and changing that to whatever color you want. You can add a color and choose your own hex codes here too. But it's really important that you have this because this has the all-important unsubscribe link. Now, I would strongly recommend putting that at the very top of the footer. All right, so this here, press paste, and I would make this big. You want to make it as easy as possible for people to unsubscribe from your list. And I know that sounds counterintuitive, but if people can't unsubscribe from your list easily, they will mark you as spam. And if you get marked as spam, it will damage your sending domain. And if you get too many spam reports, you could lose your sending domain altogether. So just make it ridiculously obvious, really, really clear for people to be able to unsubscribe. Like if I had a black background there, I might even make the text black, like bright yellow. Oh, I pressed it. No. I make it bright yellow, for example, and save. And we didn't click it, but there we go. You get the point. So obviously I don't want 2 footers, but you must make sure you have a footer and you must have the unsubscribe link in there. And again, if you've either used our template or you've dragged and dropped the footer over there, that will work, okay? Now, what we also have on here, you might want to have a logo at the top. Do you know what? I don't. Why? The more images and the more cute and pretty things you put in an email, the more the recipient's email service provider is likely to put you in the spam box. I am telling you now, from 20 years of email marketing and from seeing thousands of customers' emails being sent and the data behind that every single day, the plainer, the more simple your emails are, the higher your deliverability rate and landing in inbox becomes. So of course, you're not going to type anything in this because this is going to be your template. You're going to have high contact first name. If that's not showing, put your cursor there, find this little custom values icon, and then put in contact first name. Cool. Now, you always have some kind of call to action button on a template because whatever your email was about, you want a primary call to action to go with it. It could be book a call with you, join your course, join your membership, buy your service, buy your product, whatever it might be, come to the shop, come to the salon, whatever, okay? So have a button here. Doesn't matter what it says on it for now because each time you use this, you're going to adjust this. By the way, when you click on the button over on the left-hand side, that's where I could change the text to join my course or come and get your hair cut in the salon or something like that, right? But what I also always have in my footer is something called a PS call to action section. I'll always have my primary call to action as the button that goes with the main email context. But here I will have PS, contact first name. Are you still thinking about? And then whatever outcome you give people. Okay, so whatever it is, the outcome that you help them achieve, getting X result, losing weight, making more money with your Facebook ads, being a better leader, whatever it is that you teach, do, or advise on, right? And then you're going to put in, quite literally, all of the ways that you can help them do that. Book a call with you, link to your calendar or contact page. Join my program, link to that. Come to my store and buy my things. Book this X, Y, Z service. Put the links to all of them. This makes every single one of your emails an income generation tool as well as a communication tool. Now, if you don't have this little social media icons button down here, press the elements button and you have something called social share, which is this one here. You can just drag and drop and that will be your social share buttons and you can add whichever ones you want to add. And make sure that you put your URLs in there because the system won't know your URLs off by heart, all right? So each one that you have under the edit button, make sure it's your URL. Now, the cool thing about this is once you've put all your URLs in there, you can actually save this element and it will save it under your saved elements. So I press the little save button. Now I'm going to call this, let's rename it, Sarah Cordner's, Control Sarah Cordner social links. So I won't ever have to re-add all those links again. How do I find that in the future? We come back up to our elements over here, and then we've got along to the right our saved items. See the saved items there? So now, it didn't even save. I can drag and drop that into a future email, and I won't have to re-enter all of the elements. And that applies to any element, by the way. So if you filled in this footer and you want to be able to use that for future emails, if you're not using your master, you can just press that little save icon. And it's very hard to see. It's a little save image, little floppy disk image. Again, you can save that so it comes up in your saved items for later. But essentially, as long as you've got your footer, you might want your social share links, your PS call to action section, a button that you will obviously edit each time, and then a space for you to write your text. This is what a master template will look like because you've built this once, it's done forever. All I got to do now is press save template and that's it. So what happens when I go to send an email in the future? Whether I'm sending an email through manually, like coming in, going into templates, finding that template and sending a campaign, or whether I'm sending out any emails in workflows, I'm always going to want to use that master template. So let's pretend I want to send an email out to my list today. I'm going to go to marketing and emails, click on emails. I'm going to go to campaigns because we make our templates in templates. We send them in campaigns. I'm going to press start a new campaign using my templates. And it's going to bring up all of our templates. Now, if you press the little clickety clock, it's going to bring up the last thing you edited, but you also have the search bar here to find that master. Yes, I'd like to use my master template to send this email, please. Cool. So it's going to open up our template. Yay, we didn't have to redo all of that. Then, of course, I'm going to, hello and welcome to this amazing email. I'm going to teach you X, Y, and Z thing. It's going to be super helpful. P.S. If you found this useful, you might like to come and join my XYZ course that is running next week. All right, whatever. You're basically going to type your email in there. You can put hyperlinks, you can format everything, all using all these standard formatting tools along here. And then I change my button to join my XYZ course. See there, I've just changed the text. And then I'd make sure that the link for the button, all right, is actually the link to wherever I want to send them to go and sign up for that course, as an example. All right, then I'm going to press send or schedule on the top right-hand side. There's a couple of different ways that you can actually send. You can send it right now. You can schedule it to go out at a certain date and time. I batch schedule. This means a drip send if you have a big list. So if you have more than 10,000 contacts, I'd strongly recommend that you drip send your emails out in batches. So for example, personally, I try not to send more than 5,000 emails every 1 hour, just because if there is a high bounce rate, you are going to potentially risk damage to your sending domain or your sending domain being paused. So I just send it out in smaller batches just in case anything happens, just to spread out the emails, which spreads out the bounces and so on, all right? I'm not saying this is going to stop or protect your sending domain. If you've got invalid, dead emails, if you're sending out to a cold list, which you shouldn't be doing anyway, of people who haven't opted in, you're going to get high spam rates, high spam reports, high bounce rates, and that will damage your sending domain. So it's very important that you do a list cleanup before you start sending emails. On our Tekmatix YouTube channel, click on playlists. You will find an email playlist, and there is a tutorial video on there showing you how to clean your list. I strongly recommend you clean your list before you ever send an email. Make sure you follow that tutorial. Now, whether you're batch sending or sending now, the rest of it's always going to be the same. So I'll show you the sending now because most of you will probably be using that option. Make sure you've got your name and your sender email. Now, do not type your sender email in here. Under sender email, that's you. Please make sure and instead of manually typing your email in, you press this little tag code and you go to account email. Account email. It should say location.email if you've got it correct. The reason why is because this will ensure that you haven't incorrectly spelt your email address. You'll be amazed how many people accidentally misspell it. All their emails will bounce, none of them go out. You don't want that to happen if you accidentally have a spelling mistake. Secondly, if you put an email address in here that is not your dedicated sending domain that's been connected to your account, you're also going to have a big fat fail, loads of bounces, and could damage your sending account too. So just make sure you press the little tag and it says location email, account email. Okay? Okay. Obviously choose your subject line. Always put a bit of preview text. This is the bit of text that will show in somebody's inbox as the preview of what the email is about. Now here's the important part. Under who you're sending it to. Never send to all contacts, because not all of your contacts may necessarily have opted in to receive mass mails from you. So you must say send to a smart list, and the smart list you want to choose is mailing list. Now, if you haven't created a mailing list yet, that will not show. Don't worry. There is a tutorial on the Tekmatix YouTube channel under playlists, under emails, that shows you how to create a smart list. However, I am going to very quickly also show you how to do that right now. But make sure that it's your mailing list. This is a segment of your contact list of contacts that have chosen to be on your mailing list, meaning they've opted in to receive these marketing emails. Because you could have 10 million contacts in your Tekmatix account, but it might be that only 1 million of them are actually on your mailing list, because it's a CRM as well as an email marketing system. Does that make sense? I hope so. If not, chat to one of our Techsperts. They can help you. Now, there's a bunch of other things you can do down here. You can track clicks, you can add tags, you can resend it again a few days later to anyone who doesn't open it. The other thing you might want to do here is create segments who you want to send this to. You can send this email to people who have specific tags, all right? You can send it to people who are on particular lists or particular specific contacts. So that's all can be done from the sending area as well. And then of course, once you're happy with it, you're going to press review and send. Now, obviously, I'm not going to do that right now because this is a dummy account and it won't go anywhere. So that's how you can send one-off emails. Now, once your email has sent, it will actually show up underneath emails. Underneath your campaign section, you will be able to see, under statistics, my apologies. Under statistics, you'll be able to see all of the emails that you've sent. And no, I think you can actually do it under campaigns. It's just not going to show it in here because I haven't sent any. So yes, I was correct. Under campaigns, obviously none of these have been sent. Once it's been sent, the status here will say sent, and you'll actually have a little statistics button right here where you can click on the statistic button and it will show you who opened it, percentage of opens, how many clicks, who clicked, how many percentage of unsubscribes and bounced, who it was that unsubscribed and bounced. You get loads of data for each email that you sent in here. So that is how you send emails via one-off campaigns or by scheduling them to go out on certain dates and times. Now, the other way that you can send emails is through automated workflows. I strongly recommend that you have a workflow for every single thing that you sell or give away. If you have a lead magnet or an opt-in of some kind, make sure it has a workflow. And by the way, there are templates in here. There is a lead magnet workflow template. The important thing about this template, I'll actually show you an example of a lead magnet workflow template, is that in here, and how this actually relates to your email sending in the future, is that if someone has opted into something, so they've filled in an opt-in form for something, one of the things that we do is we tag them with the name of the product, but we also tag them with the tag mailing list. So if it's something for free, they are tagged always with mailing list because they've opted into your list. Again, if they've purchased something, they have opted into your list. We have another template. So if you're selling something from Tekmatix, make sure it has its own workflow. Inside Tekmatix, we have a workflow template called purchase order confirmation or order confirmation. Basically, it will look something like this. In this case, because it's a purchased item, I'm just going to delete this step for you. Because it's something for sale, somebody's purchased something, instead of being the opt-in form has been filled in, the trigger is that somebody has purchased this thing and the payment status is successful. That's what the trigger is. But again, look what happens in the workflow when somebody buys something. We tag them with the name of the product, but again, we tag them mailing list. And this is because if they've opted in for something for free, or they've purchased something, we want to add them to our mailing list so that when we go to send those emails, as you've seen, we can select the list, mailing list, okay? So how do you make that smart list in the first place? I'm just gonna show you now inside contacts. These are demo contacts, so do not panic. But inside our contacts area, we're going to click on what we call smart lists up here, okay? Smart lists. And we are going to press filters. Ooh, let's get rid of this. Filters, more filters. Okay, it's going to take me to all of my lists. All right, we don't need to necessarily be in there. Let's go just into all contacts for a minute. I'm just going to go in and do this from scratch. What you have along the top here are all the segments, the smart lists that you've created, okay? This is where, I'm just going to see if I can. Sorry, I just had to blur that out because YouTube will ban it, even though it's demo stuff. These are all segments of your list. These are all groups of people that have specific tags, for example. But what we're going to do here is we're going to create one of these smart lists, and you only ever have to create your mailing list once. So click on filters, and we're going to search for tag. Okay, the tag is mailing list. Once this exists, it exists forever, okay? So we're gonna go and find the mailing list tag, okay? So find the mailing list tag, awesome. And we're gonna press apply, okay? And we're also gonna add and, right, DND, which means do not disturb. DND is not enabled for email. DND is not enabled for email. Press apply. So what this is saying to the system is find all of the people who have the tag mailing list and have not unsubscribed. DND means do not disturb. So as you saw in us setting up the master email, we had the unsubscribe link. When somebody clicks that unsubscribe link and unsubscribes, the system sets them to what's called do not disturb mode. That means they've unsubscribed. So our mailing list needs to be everyone who's opted in and has the mailing list tag, but is not on unsubscribe. And we're going to press now save as smart list, and you're going to call this mailing list. Now I'm going to call mine number 4 because I've done this demo so many times and press save. And now we will have our mailing list show up here. And this will always show based on when people opt in, they will automatically be added to that list. When they unsubscribe, they will automatically be removed from that list. Now, talking of contacts, on your dashboard, you can actually edit your dashboard to also show your email list size, which I love. I love having the number of subscribers I have on my email list. You can press edit dashboard. And when you're on edit dashboard, you can actually add a contact widget. I like adding the contact count widget. And I want to show my total number of contacts and press save. So that then becomes down here, a little widget. Oh, I can move it. Let's move it. It's a bit slow because I'm recording right now. And you can move it anywhere in your dashboard that you want, basically. That will show how many contacts that you have. Now, if you like to see graphs, you could have your number of contacts from the last month, maybe, and compare it with the previous month and press save. And that will show you, instead of the actual number, a chart seeing whether your contacts has actually grown or decreased. All right, so these are just all examples of the kinds of data that you can then just have available to you right there on your dashboard. Based on now that you're setting all of this up, you can start collecting cool things. All right, the next one I'm going to show you is how you can actually create automated newsletters. Yes, really. If you are blogging, particularly if you're blogging on Tekmatix, you have something called an RSS feed. An RSS feed is just literally a way of the internet constantly tracking the activity being published on a certain page. So if you're publishing on Tekmatix, and you want these blogs to be sent out to your list at a regular frequency, maybe like once a month, you want to send a roundup email to your list, what the system will do is it will automatically pull all of your blogs and send them the direct hyperlinks to those blog posts. How do you do that? The first thing you need to do is obviously assuming that you've created a blog on Tekmatix. There's another tutorial video on how to do that. And you're starting to publish your blogs on Tekmatix. Under the blog section, which is under websites and funnels, blogs, click on the setting icon here. And the setting icon will give you what is called your RSS feed right here. This is just a URL, okay? And I can grab one already here. I'm just gonna copy the RSS feed for my blog, okay? We're gonna need that in just a minute because now all I need to do is set this up once to go out every single month. I'm gonna click on marketing and emails. And first of all, I'm going to create the email body that will go out each month, right? So I'm going to, first of all, click on campaigns. I'm going to press new campaign using my templates. Remember, we send campaigns from campaigns. We send out emails using campaigns. It's going to open up our master template for us. So I'm going to click on recent. There's my master. That's what template I'd like to use, please. Lovely jubbly. And when this opens, what we want to do here, and remember, I need to name this properly, don't I, as well? So this is going to be called monthly RSS blog post newsletter. Do that. And then this is going to say, it has to be quite generic because this is going to go out every single month. We're not going to edit it every month. We're creating this once. The information will be pre-filled by the system. So the only bit we need to have here is something like this. How is your topic going? If you want to master that better this month, here are some blog posts and articles that will help you that you may have missed. Now, what do I mean by this? So for instance, if I teach weight loss, it would be, how's your weight loss going? If you want to get better at weight loss this month, here are some blog posts and articles that will help you. If I teach Facebook ads, it will be like, how are your Facebook ads going? If you want to get better ad performance, then here are some articles you may have missed. You get the point, right? So you're just going to slightly adjust this to your topic, of course. And that's it. That's all. That's the only text that you're going to put. The end. What you're going to do now is add the RSS feed element. What you're going to do is press add elements. Scroll down to where you see RSS items. Drag it, drop it under that text. Now, this will look like absolute chaos and gobbledygook to most of you. Don't panic. Don't panic. Just where it says RSS editing options, just change this to title. And what this will do is it will list the titles of all of the blog posts you've published that month, and it will hyperlink straight to the blog post. How cool is that? All you want then is to change your call to action to whatever your monthly call to action is going to be. It might be that your main call to action each month is come and join your membership. I don't know. Come and join my XYZ membership. Okay. Make sure that the link is the right link. Make sure your footer has your call to action, PSs, and your unsubscribe, blah, blah, blah. Now, we're going to go to send or schedule. And this here is now where we move to an RSS schedule. Okay, make sure you're on RSS schedule. The feed URL, ta-da, we're going to paste in the RSS URL that we copied from our blog area settings area. When do you want to send this email out? We want to send this out every month on the, let's move my big head out of the way, on the, let's say last day of the month at 10 a.m. Cool. All right, this time, the time zone are the time zones set in your business settings, i.e. whatever your address is in your settings area in your account. How many feeds do you want to pull in? If you publish every day, like I do you want 30 emails to show up, or do you just want like the last 10 to show up? I might like to have all 30 of the whole of the last month. Sender name, that's going to be your name. I recommend again that this is account name. Do not manually type your email in here. I recommend that this is account email, so that it's the right sending domain, okay? Subject line is always going to be the same, because this is a template that's going to constantly send out every single month. So I put, here's what you missed this month, and then I'm going to put first name. Tag, contact, first name. There you go. Here's what you missed this month. Okay, so it's going to say, here's what you missed this month, contact first name. And then a bit of preview text, send to smart list only. And your smart list is going to be your mailing list. Only send to your mailing list. Do you want to add it to new contacts who join your list between now and then? Yes, we do. And then we are simply going to press schedule. Now, what this will do is this same template now will send out on the last day of every month at 10 a.m. and it will pull in whatever 30, if you put 30 there, it will pull over whatever 10, if you've put 10 there, blog posts you've published with direct links to them. Is that cool, or is that cool? Pretty damn cool. So don't forget, if you need any help, we've got the live chat on your main dashboard, and your live chat is there 24 hours a day for you to get help by pressing on messages. That will get you live chat support 24 hours a day. Don't forget, you can also go to the main dashboard. You can hire one of our Techsperts from just $50 to help you do anything inside your Tekmatix account. And on our services page, tekmatix.com/services, we have the fixed package system set up for your emails, newsletters, and nurturing. Have fun, enjoy playing, and as always, happy teching.